Okay, this is a Arduino controlled air ride program mocked up on my breadboard at home. Um, this is just a prototype. I will give you a basic overview of the components. Each of the red LEDs represent a corner of the car, so a bag that would be deflated or inflated depending on the ride height. This green LED is a status LED. The reason I put it in is because the button that I'm going to have control this whole system actually has an LED ring on it. So it has the button and then there's an LED around it. So with that, this whole system is controlled by just one button, which is located here on the prototyping board. I have a potentiometer right here. It works the same way as an E-level sensor. It's just, this one's a little bit smaller, not in a special case, a little arm on it like the E-level ones come with, but it does the same exact thing. An E-level sensor is going to have these three wires coming out of it, a positive, ground, and a sense wire that goes back to the chip. So right now I have the height working off just one potentiometer, which of course is not realistic. I would have four of them, four E-level sensors we'll call them, that would go on the car, and they would each have their own individual leveling. But for the sake of just prototyping, I have all of these LEDs connecting to this potentiometer. So the way this works is you press the button once, and what this does is it readies the system. So the one click doesn't determine any height. All it does is wake up the system, it activates it, and it waits for your button combination to select the ride height. So if I just press this button once, you can see the LED blinks, and that second blink right there was just a no ride height selected. So I'll show you again. Click it once, it blinks to let you know it took the command, and then it gives a long blink to say that you did not select a height. So one more time, and a long blink, there you go. So anytime this LED is lit, it means it is ready. You can put another command in. When it goes off, it is running some sort of command and it locks you out, so you don't overlap your commands together. So if you look at this potentiometer right here, left signifies the car is all the way down, and right signifies it's all the way up, or at least close to being all the way up. So if you look right now, the car will, just for use your imagination, the car is all the way down. So let's say you get in your car, going to work in the morning, you go to normal ride height. So there's three settings programmed in here right now. There is 1, 2, and 3. So after you wake up the system by pressing this button once, if you press it once more, it will go to a low ride height. If you press it twice, it'll go to normal. 3 times it goes to high. Those are the only settings that I would see using myself. Other people might want, different ones, but that would be all that I would want. So that's what I have in there for now. So if we press this LED once, and then once for the low command, all these LEDs light up. Now, like I said before, when this status LED is not lit, it means it is doing some sort of command, it is executing some sort of function, and it locks you out. So you have to wait until it completes. Later, I'm thinking of maybe implementing something like a cancel, in case you go all down or too low and you gotta cancel it before you hit something. But that is later down the line. For now, it just goes off when it's doing something. So these red LEDs, if they are solid, it represents the system right now is raising the bags. So it is putting in the command to the valves that control height going up. So if they're solid, it means they're going up. So we went from all down, and I put in a command to go to low ride height. So we'll take this little potentiometer and we'll twist it, and as we twist it, there you go. So this is technically considered low ride height. So once it goes from all the way down to this one, when you spin it, just like an E-level sensor, it'll stop and turn off all the valves. So these LEDs turning off represents that it is no longer engaging the valve up on your manifold. So say you want to go to normal height, so we'll press the button once and then twice, and it'll go to normal ride height. So now again, these LEDs are solid, so it is going up. So we'll twist this little guy right here. As you go up, there, they turn off, and the car is at normal ride height, which I have set on this potentiometer as directly in the middle. So this is left, this is right, and it's directly, if you can see the little arrow right there. So it is directly in the middle. So we'll go to high just for sakes. 1, 2, 3. And there you go. Now we'll twist it again, even farther. And we're pretty much almost all the way to the end, and that is the setting that I have for high ride height. Now, if you could tell, depending on the ride height you pick, when this status LED gets that command, it'll actually blink once, twice, or 3 times, depending on the ride height that you selected. So if you picked low, it equals 1, normal equals 2, high equals 3. So we'll go to normal ride height. It should blink twice. So press it once to wake up. 1, 2, blink, blink, and now the red LEDs are blinking, which that signifies again that it is deflating the bag. So it's sending the commands to the down valves on your manifold. So it wants to go to normal ride height, so we'll twist this until it gets to normal ride height, and there you go. The down valves go off and the status LED goes back on, and it's ready for another command. So that is the gist of it. Again, the reason I picked one button is because I've seen the switch speed controllers and all the autopilot ones, and I didn't like it. They were too cluttered. I didn't want a wire coming up through any part of my center console. I just wanted to mount one button, have it light up so I always know where it is, and to use that light to give me feedback on my system. So that is it for now. I'm probably going to add some other features later, like being able to actually set your levels for each height with just the one button, depending on the commands that you give it and the sequences that you put in it. But that's later to come. So yeah, that's it.